Well, I suppose it's bound to happen, but I got hit with some flash rusting. Here in the Midwest, it was super, super cold for a long time. And then it got just Midwest weather. It got really warm and humid and it rained. So it went from negative like 20 wind chills to 60 degrees. And as you can imagine, everything got condensation all over it. It was extremely humid out. So I caught this fairly early and I was able to come out here. What you're seeing is oil. You know, I just doused it with the oil that I had. I didn't even have WD-40 or anything, you know, water displacement, but certainly flash rusted. I'm gonna, of course, I think this was bound to happen at some point. But I do need to clean this up, but I thought I would share this experience as I go through it, clean it up, show you some close-ups here. But yeah, I got hit with the flash rust. Not real happy about it, but again, bound to happen. But what I'm gonna do, I went ahead and ordered, I don't have it in yet, some CRC 336, I think. Abom did a promotional video on that for CRC one time. Basically, it's when you're done, you can just spray it on. It's almost like using cooking spray or something, but you spray everything down and it just puts a protective coating on it and keeps it from flash rusting. So I wanted to have some of that so that when I know I'm done with this thing, I'm not gonna be using it for a while, or the weather is gonna be hot and warm and humid and then cold and change like that, I can at least give it a coat down while it sits, and I don't have to worry about this, hopefully, or at least lessen the effects. But at any rate, it's bound to happen. I figured, I'm surprised it didn't happen prior to this. I've had this 6 months now, but there we go. So I'm gonna go through some mild cleaning and see what I can do to get this cleaned up, and I'll share the experience, see what works, what doesn't. I'm hesitant to use Scotch-Brite because I think it'll scratch it all up. I don't want it to look scratched. But I'll work my way up towards that and see what I need to do. I'm gonna try like a plastic scrub brush that doesn't have abrasives in it. Not a brush, but a scrubbing pad. And like I said, we'll just work our way up. So I'm gonna get you mounted up so you can watch me with the fun, and we'll go through it. Here's something interesting. I don't know when I'm gonna post this video, but this may come out before this other video comes out, but I worked with hardening and hot bluing. This one I did not get quite hot enough, and as you can see, it's more brown. And it did flash rust just a little bit, but not too bad. It would have been similar material to, you know, like these pins and things. And these, of course, flash rusted a little, just a little surface rust. But again, that's bound to happen. Not too worried about that kind of stuff, but some of the other pieces that I did held up nicely. So anyway, so what we're gonna do, I got just a blue scrub pad. This is not abrasive, it's just a rough plastic style. And again, I don't wanna scratch it or anything. I just wanna get this rust off of here and then coat it down. And then when I get my CRC, I'm just gonna hose it down. I don't have that right now, but I do wanna get this rust off of here, and then I'll coat it back down with some oil. But let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that's looking promising. Oh, that's coming right off. I think I caught it early enough. I don't know if you can see that. Bring it down here closer. Yeah, so I caught it early enough, thank goodness. It's all surface, it's all moist because I coated it all down with oil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and scrub all that off, and then I'll put some WD-40 on it, and then when I get the CRC, I'm going to clean the WD-40 off and then spray it down, and we'll see how that works. Abom recommended it, CRC product, so that's what we're gonna go with. So I'm gonna pause you here, we'll kick it back, and we'll get this thing cleaned up. All right, just a little bit of scrubbing and it all came off. I mean, it might be a little discolored there, but you know, there's a surface that wasn't exposed. But for the most part, I had a little more to clean there, but regardless, got it cleaned up. It's a lot better than it was. I think I caught it early enough. I went ahead and hosed it down with some WD-40. I should be getting the CRC soon, but I figured that'll help keep any moisture off of it. And hopefully I can learn some preventative care and keep the flash rust off of it. I'm just glad I caught it early enough to where it didn't just create a huge mess. So at any rate, flash rust problem, it's real, it happens. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll put a screenshot of the product that I bought that I'm gonna squirt on it. CRC 336, I think, but I'll put a screenshot of the product. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. I'm gonna add on this clip to my flash rust video. I did finally get the CRC 3-36. So I just wanna wipe down all of the WD-40 and give that a shot and see just how well that CRC works. So first thing I'm gonna do is wipe this thing down, get all this WD-40 wiped off of here. You know, I sprayed it down pretty good. You know, if anything, it'll help clean it up, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna continue to flash rust. So let's get all that wiped down. Got that there, down here. There's quite a bit on here, but again, I was trying to make sure it did not flash rust again. So we want to make sure we get all that off. Tell you what, I'm gonna pause it because this is just me wiping this thing down, and I'll bring you right back. All right. So, here's what we got. Let's get her sprayed down. I will say I would like if it had a bigger spray, but I think this is okay. Let's bring it over here. I got all that sprayed down. Again, we're trying to prevent flash rust. And now let's get all that done. All right. There we go. We'll see. This is going to be like Pam for my equipment. We'll see how that compares to the WD-40. So I'm gonna call that video there, but that I just wanted to show you that that's really what I was waiting on and what I wanted to do to try to prevent the flash rust.